Hello, everyone, and thank you for plugging into the outlet tonight once again. I am your host, Ted Luke, and we have a great show ahead, including interviews, a new musical industry segment, and, of course, music. Let's get right into a song this evening from Bluegrass musicians Shallow River String Band. Take it away, guys.
All of us lonely, it ain't a sin to want something better than the shape you're in. The rain came at the break of day. Your light in the window pane said, "Come on in." It's a broken heart, babe, I know the sound. It feels like your hands are nailed to the ground. But it'll pass just like everything else. You won't let it get to me the next time around. It's a hard-earned victory. The life that came from you to me could never be wrong. Grown from a moment and a million miles. Here lies the stardust and it slowly dies. Borrowed from nothing, coming back half alive. And the stars that whisper blessings, babe, as you walk by. It's a hard-earned victory. The life that came from you to me could never be wrong.
Great song, and thanks for sharing it with us. What a way to kick off the show, and it's only going to get better. Stick around as we hear more and chat with the Shallow River String Band. See you in a little bit. Welcome back to the outlet. Before the break, we had a Shallow River String Band pick a song for us, and there is more music coming your way soon. Shallow River just recently started up as a band on Wartburg campus, but each member has been playing music for quite some time. Bluegrass isn't a common trend in the area, so let's take a look at some of the group's influences.
Start it up again now, why don't we? Old Captain Ryman's listening tonight. 1, 2, 2.
I think Nickel Creek are the kind of young musicians that don't come along very often.
When I saw the band play at the Ryman, it totally blew me away. The whole band was incredible.
When you're soaring through the air, I'll be a solid ground. Take every chance you dare, I'll still be there when you come back down. When you come back down.
Please give a huge welcome to the Avett Brothers.
We don't have a feeling that we ought to be like the inspiration for people. If someone sees something good in what we do, great, and then if not, that's okay too.
If I get murdered in the city, don't go revenging in my name. One person dead from such is plenty. No need to go get locked away. When I leave your arms, the things that I think of, no need to get over alarm. No, I'm coming home.
As you can see, these guys have a pretty great musical taste. Once again, Shallow River String Band.
The circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by is a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. In the joyous days of childhood, often spoke of wondrous love, pointed to the dying Savior. With him above, will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by is a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky.
You remember songs of heaven which you sing with childish voice. Do you love the hymns they tire you, or songs of earth your choice?
Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. You remember happy gatherings round the fireplace long ago, and you picture tearful partings when they left you here below. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? Is a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky.
One by one their seats were emptied, one by one they went away. Now the family is parted, will it be complete one day? Will the circle be unbroken
by and by, Lord, by and by is a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by is a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky, in the sky,
come back, we'll talk to the Shallow River String Band about their bluegrass sound and how they got started in music. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for staying tuned to The Outlet. The Shallow River String Band is with us in the studio. Before we get back to some music, let's sit down and talk to the band members. All right, let's go down and talk. Say your name and major and year you are.
Okay, my name's Jessie, and I am a senior writing major, journalism concentration, and I also have minors in public relations and French.
That's a lot.
I'm Brooke Moeller, and I'm a music therapy, music education major, and I'm a second year.
My name's Josh McCall, and I'm a third-year writing major.
Oh, wow. Okay, Jess, now, how did you meet these guys?
Well, Josh and I actually worked together, and so when we were, I don't know, just one day at work, we were kind of talking, and we realized he plays mandolin and I play guitar, and we have really similar music interests and music tastes, like folk and bluegrass, and so we started just kind of jamming together, and we decided it'd be really cool to start a band, and so we wanted to try to get someone else involved other than just the two of us, and we ended up getting in contact with Brooke, so...
Now, Brooke, you write a lot of music yourself. Has that incorporated into the band at all, or what?
Not yet, but maybe we could start songwriting at some point. We're just building up our repertoire of cover songs as of right now.
Okay. Now, Josh, where did the name come from?
Well, it all started with a drug deal gone wrong. No, it really just ended up sounding cool. So it was a combination of lots of different ideas we had floating around in our head. We decided, we looked at other bands and we were like, what sounds folky and bluegrassy? So.
Now, and how long have you been doing folk music?
Oh gosh,
Bluegrass.
well, as a group, we kind of met together at the very end of last school year, and then kind of practiced individually over the summer, and then pretty much right when we got back to campus in the fall, started practicing as a group. So yeah.
Okay. Brooke, now where do you get your kind of inspiration from?
For bluegrass?
Yeah, for bluegrass. Or then you could do music too. Why not?
Okay.
While we're on the subject.
I haven't really been doing bluegrass that long. I've always been a fan of Nickel Creek. My family, we just like that band, so that group. And so I didn't really start it until I met these guys and joined the band. So and I guess if I had to choose other influences, it'd be Ingrid Michaelson and Sarah Bareilles and Taylor Swift.
Oh, okay, of course, Taylor Swift. Josh, what about you? Where do you get your influence? And what is your favorite bluegrass band? How about that?
My favorite bluegrass band, I would have to say, is the Punch Brothers, and they're kind of a bluegrass sort of contemporary mix. They do lots of weird stuff, but they're still a bluegrass quintet. As far as my biggest influence, it would probably be either the Avett Brothers or Old Crow Medicine Show, just sort of that stripped-down, folky bluegrass style. Love
the wagon wheel, the original wagon wheel. Now, what about you, Jess? What do you plan on doing after? You're a fourth year. You kind of got to move on. What do you want to do?
It's kind of hard to say at this point. I'm, with the journalism and public relations, I can do a lot of different things. So I'm obviously, applying for a lot of different jobs, and we'll just kind of see what comes up. So
see what happens.
Yeah.
Now, what about you, Brooke? What do you plan to do for the rest of your time at Wartburg with music?
I'm currently in wind ensemble, and hopefully I was in choir last year, so hopefully I can get back going at that again. So I'm just gonna continue my majors and keep going.
Now, Josh, what about you? What do you like doing in your free time? Instead of music.
Yeah, well, I practice music a lot. I mean, it's pretty inseparable part of my day. But when I'm not doing that, I do animation and graphic design, a lot of art sort of things.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
It's always been something I really wanted to do. So
yeah. Now, as a group, what do you guys plan to do for the next year? As while you're still here at Wartburg, what do you guys plan on doing? What's the direction you're gonna head?
Well, I guess right now we're just we've gotten a lot of opportunities so far just through Wartburg and through the outlet specifically, so that's awesome. And then we want to kind of try to expand, do some open mic nights, whether it's on campus or off, in surrounding areas. So we want to just, we're building our repertoire and then just trying to get ourselves out there a little more. So.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys for talking with us now. And you guys want to play another song in a little bit, maybe a little later. All right. Well, after this break, we're gonna have our brand new segment called Inside the Musical Mind. So stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to The Outlet. With us now is Shallow River Bluegrass member Brooke and recording artist and musician Armand Piku and public relations major Katie Brown. Thanks for coming on, you two. Now, this is a new segment. It's called Inside the Musical Mind, where we talk to people about their opinions on some hot topics in the musical industry. Right now, I think it's appropriate to talk about this little number, Miley Cyrus, and what's going on with her. And we kind of want to talk about the music, how if she's going in a positive way or a negative way. So, Katie, what do you think right now?
Well, I have a couple stats for you guys, and then I'll get into my point. But the VMAs, during her performance, she got 300,000 tweets per minute with her name mentioned in them. Her new album, Banger, sold 270,000 copies in its first week. 270,000 copies in its first week. It was at the top of the iTunes charts and the Billboard charts. And We Can't Stop has just short of 250 million views, and Wrecking Ball's 235 million views. So those are some really big numbers. And I think she wouldn't have those numbers if she wasn't acting the way she is. Good or bad, she's putting herself out there. She's doing things that are unseen, unheard of. And she's kind of making her name for herself in a very Lady Gaga, Britney Spears-esque way.
Now, Brooke, as a musician, what do you feel? What do you feel when you watch her perform, or what do you when you hear her music, even?
Well, just hearing the music, I'm like, wow, she could really be a great artist. Like Wrecking Ball, I love that song, but then when I start thinking of the music video, it just ruins it for me and puts a bad image in my head. But I think if she would lose that side of the image and just continue with the good songwriter and singer that she is, she would have a better public image.
Yeah. Now, Armand, what about you? What do you think about the whole thing?
I think Miley Cyrus is a really good example of how a musical franchise works, or a person as a franchise kind of works. She definitely has her image that she is selling. She's definitely kind of branded herself. And I mean, it works. I mean, some people love her, some people hate her, but whether you love her or hate her, you're still watching her videos, you're still listening to her music, and she's getting exactly what she wants. So.
Exactly. And in this actual article on Rolling Stones, it came up with the idea that she actually took Britney Spears' publicist, and she fired her old one and hired this new one. So, do you think she's trying to do pull a Britney Spears, or what?
Well, she did shave half of her head, so she didn't pull a full Britney. But I think there's definitely some differences between the two. I think that Miley right now is kind of just going through a time in her life where she's changing. She's not Hannah Montana. She's not Little Miss Perfect. She's real, she's raw, and she wants her music and her fans to know that side of her. So I think whereas Britney kind of did it as an act of defiance, I think Miley's doing it more so as an act of becoming her own person. And maybe she's kind of on the edge and maybe going a little too far, but that's how people are talking about her. That's what people talk about Lady Gaga. That's what they talk about Katy Perry, because she's an original and she's one of a kind. And she's selling albums and making money, so she's doing what she's doing.
Yeah, you can't argue with that. Now, Brooke, what do you think the next direction she goes? What's the next stunt?
Who knows, but maybe she'll tone it down a little bit. Hopefully she won't get to the point where Britney did, going to rehab and totally losing it. So hopefully she'll just tone it down and find her true self in music.
Armand, what about you? What do you think the next step for Miley Cyrus?
Well, I think there's definitely a trend amongst musicians to top each other with ridiculous antics, on stage antics or off stage. I mean, we've all seen what Kanye West is capable of, and Miley Cyrus is just trying to step it up, and I honestly don't know, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, I think we're all gonna see, we'll be on the edge of our seat about the whole thing. So yeah, thanks for sitting down and talking to us about this whole thing. Now stay tuned after the break, and we will hear another song by Shallow River String Band and catch up on what the outlet is bringing to you this month. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the outlet. Once again, I am your host, Ted Luke, and I had a great time talking with you all tonight. We had some incredible music, and there's still more to come. Make sure to keep updated with all the outlet events happening in the next month by liking the outlet on Facebook and following us on Twitter. Be sure to check out our Halloween event at the Fainting Goat. It's at 9 p.m. featuring musicians Red Velvet Sunset and West B. Also check out the next outlet show November 7th. Shallow River String Band has one more song left for you, and thank you for plugging into the outlet this evening. Take it away, guys.
I got a gal at the head of the creek. I'm going up to see her about the middle of the week. Kiss her on the mouth, as sweet as wine. Her wraps herself around me like a sweet potato vine. Going up the Cripple Creek, going in a whirl. Going up the Cripple Creek to see my girl. Going up the Cripple Creek, going in a run. Going up the Cripple Creek to have some fun. I got a girl and she loves me. She's as sweet can be. She's got eyes of the baby blue. Makes my gun shoot straight and true. Going up Cripple Creek, going in a whirl. Going up Cripple Creek to see my girl. Going up Cripple Creek, going in a run. Going up Cripple Creek to have some fun. Now Cripple Creek's wide and Cripple Creek's deep. I'll roll Cripple Creek before I sleep. Roll my breeches to the knee. I'll raid Cripple Creek when I please. Going up the Cripple Creek and going in a run. Going up the Cripple Creek to have some fun. Going up the Cripple Creek and going in a whirl. Going up the Cripple Creek to see my girl.